In this tutorial, we are going to make our Organza Peony. So this is another version. Compared to our previous Peony tutorial, we'll be making a slightly different center this time and using 2 layers of organza for each petal. Now, first step, let us prep and cut the fabric. The template is available on our website, dwblooms.com, or check out the link in the description. Using this same template, you can also make an organza poppy. Click the video on the upper right for our organza poppy tutorial. Or you can also click the link in the description down below so you won't have to skip this tutorial and just check it out when you are done with your organza peony. Let us make our petal 1 first. We need 15 pieces of this petal 1. As I've mentioned earlier, the big difference between our first tutorial and this one is we are going to do 2 layers of organza per petal with this piece. The big difference between this version and the previous tutorial is that we are going to do a double layer, so we're gonna sandwich the floral wire. You have the option if you want to do like a single layer, then it's up to you, but I will show you if you are going to do a double layer, then this is the next procedure. So we're just going to put this on top. Well, not yet. Let's add glue. So usually I put like a single layer of glue like on one side. So for here, I'm gonna do like a single layer on the other side. Put it on top, and you can go ahead and like press it on. And this is one technique that I just learned recently that you can also do. So I am using a glue gun with a precision tip, and this is really helpful because what I do is I go over the hot glue. So this should like melt the hot glue. And it's glued on compared to if we were just going to press it on. Do that for the rest of the wires. So my cuts are like kinda, doesn't match, so I'm just gonna cut the excess. I think I'm gonna leave that there. Okay, so you have the option to light up or fire up or, kinda cauterize the edges. So, it's not gonna, or like the threads are not gonna like fall apart or like tear apart. So that's an option, but for this one, it's kinda, because I did the double layer, I'm not gonna do that anymore for this one. So I highly suggest like lighting up or like, firing or heating up the edges if you are going to sell this individually. But since this is just for my personal use, I am not going to heat it up anymore. But I'm going to show you the process if you want to. So one is like lighting up the edges using a lighter. I think that's kind of wasteful, most especially with the gas of the lighter. So what I usually do is light up a candle, and that's what I use to light up the edges or fire up the edges. And another technique that you can do if you want it like crumpled, like more crumpled, because actually the next step with this is we are going to crumple it like this. It's a bit more crumpled compared to like before, but if you want it more crumpled, then you can actually heat it up with a heat gun. When using a heat gun, always wear safety gloves. I'm using the lowest setting here. Organza fabric is super thin, so don't heat it for too long or it'll melt like this. For this one, I am not going to heat it up anymore, but that's also one option. We do need 15 pieces of this, so we need 14 more. Now let us prep petal 2. We need a total of 6 pieces for one flower. Let us now make our center. So I am using this foam sheet. So I just got this from Hobby Lobby. You can also get it from Michael's. What I will do is cut it in half. This, by the way, I think is 12 by 18. Yeah, 12 by 18 inches. And the pieces that I got from this half is enough to fill up the center. Sometimes more than enough. If you're just going to make one, then once you cut like, you know, pieces from this, you're good for a piece, for one piece. So I cut it in half so it's easier to cut. I would divide this into 3. So 1, 2, 3. Next, divide this half into 3 equal parts as well. And then I'll cut this, and then you can cut this together. So I leave about like 1 inch to half an inch. And then this cutouts, do not throw this away because we can use it. And then I'll cut this in half. Just make more of these, you know, until you finish like this whole sheet. And then after that, we are going to go ahead, heat it up so we can twirl it. Again, do not forget to wear safety gloves. I'm still using the lowest setting for the heat gun. I usually heat up the sheet first, then twirl the strips together. You can untangle them right away or later on. For the individual strips, you can bundle them up and heat and twirl them together. Now let us prep the inside part of the center, or the modules as I call it. I am using a letter size printer paper for this. And I am using a masking tape to hold them up. I will use crepe paper to cover these modules. We need 6 pieces in total. Let's go ahead and finish the center. So we have 6 pieces here. Let's put them together. So this will be the center. This will be the middle, like my thinnest one. So I'll place it here. Or actually, this will be the middle one. I'm going to attach them, so it's easier. We are also doing a slightly different center this time. In the previous video, or in the first Organza Peony video, we did 4 pieces and larger ones. For this one, we did like smaller, and we're going to do 6 instead of 4. It is way easier this way rather than the previous way that I was doing it. Yay! Okay, that's better. Go ahead and twist this part. Now, it is time to attach the center. Sorry, these ones, the yellow ones. So I'm not going to attach them here, but rather like here. So we'll have this like longer, but this will like, you know, project like longer. So I just made sure that, you know, everything's covered. So now we are going to place like in between here. And then we have like this little ones, so you know, feel free to just add them where you think you have like less. Just feel free to add them where you think they're needed. There, we are done with the center. Assembly time. For our first to third layer, there will be 5 pieces of petal 1 per layer. I honestly try out the position of the petal first before I attach it. Now for our layer 2, again 5 petals. Place each petal in between the petals of the first layer. Now for our petal 3, same, 5 petals, and also place each petal in between the second layer. Now it's time to attach the petal 2s. So we will be attaching petal 2s for our 4th and 5th layers. And we will have 3 petals per layer. And for our layer 5, so this is our last layer, place in the last 3 petals. We are almost done. Just adjust the petals as much as you'd like. Check out 2528 of our first Organza Peony tutorial to see how we added the coupling at the back of the flower head. Once you are done with that, you are done with your Organza Peony. Thank you so much for watching our video. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel and watch out for more videos like this. Bye!